Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't uploaded in about 4 days, so I thought about uploading this video and another video that I have on my phone because yeah, I've been slacking a little bit, but don't worry, I'm back. So technically here I am just removing the on the natural nail that's grown out, and prior to this I did thin out her nail a little bit because I think it's been 2 weeks, but she had clear acrylic on the bottom, so we're thinning it out so we can actually instead of using polish to do an ombre, we're going to be doing acrylic to do the pink and white ombre. So yeah, that's why I kind of try to make her acrylic as thin as I could so it's not too bulky. So yeah, so now that we thinned it out, now we're just removing the shine off of her new growth on her nail plate. And I am using my drill from Koopa, and this was a mini pro. Here I'm just removing the oils off the nail with my dehydrator, and this dehydrator I bought at Sally's. So it is an ASP dehydrator, that is the brand. Yeah, so here you can see the growth. All right, so now we're just going to apply the primer onto the natural nail, and this is going to help to secure the acrylic onto the nail plate. So this type of primer is used kind of like a double tape instead of like the acid ones, because the primer I use is acid free from Young Nails, the protein bond. So yeah, you see me here using my alpha brush number 10, and I'm just using it to feather the acrylic up. So I apply a little bit at the free edge, and then I swipe it down, swipe it up, whatever I gotta do to get the look that I'm looking for. And I have this brush that I use, my other alpha brush number 10. It always gets messed up. This one never does. I don't know why. Usually the alpha brushes I get, nothing usually happens to them as long as I take care of them and soak them off in brush cleaner. But sometimes I honestly forget, but this one never really gets too bad and the other one always does. So I might just have to order an extra one, because maybe, I don't know what's wrong with the other one. Maybe I didn't take good care of it. But yeah, you always want to take care of your brushes because they are one of the more important tools when you're building the acrylic. Also, the white acrylic that I'm using is actually glow in the dark acrylic, and it's by the Glow collection from Glam and Glitz, and it's called Afterglow. Now, I did want to mention that I also use the monomer. The monomer is the liquid, and the liquid is also from the company Mia Secret. Now, with the monomer, it is better for beginners. So for me, like for myself, I'm starting to realize that it takes too long to dry, and I'm kind of getting annoyed by it. So I am going to be looking into a different company. I've used C&D, I've used Young Nails, and I feel like Young Nails kind of works kind of like a secret, but the retention C&D does dry a little bit faster. It is just more expensive, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. We're going to see. Because I don't know, I might look into the Koopa one because they did give me a demo, so maybe I'll just try it on a client. They gave me a little like sample one with the foundation kit that I got. I did a video on that, and I actually really liked how it made the acrylic and everything. Like, it's really good. So I might look into just investing in using the Koopa. I'm not really sure, I can't say just yet. But yeah, so basically that's all we're doing. We're adding this to the free edge, removing the excess of the acrylic. And the paper towel that I have under me is not the usual one that I use. I usually use Viva paper towel, and I guess this day I was just kind of lazy and I didn't want to take it out of my closet because that's where I keep all my material, or most of my material. And I was like, whatever, but I didn't, and I thought, okay, the Bounty ones are good. This is a Bounty paper towel, but to be honest, no, it doesn't absorb very well like I would like it to. So I would recommend you guys invest in some Viva paper towels. They are kind of pricey, but they're kind of close to the price of a Bounty, but they do last for a long time, so I do suggest that. And these Bounty ones, I use these as wipes. I use them to clean off surfaces with alcohol and things like that, so I kind of cut them up in little squares. And I would suggest you guys use paper towels to remove any, like if you want to use it to to remove any tacky layer. If you want to clean up the natural nail before you start, with some acetone to remove any oils as well. That does help. So yeah, I did want to mention to you guys that a lot of the times, sometimes when clients come and it's a new set, like this one is not a new set, but I'm just gonna explain something to you guys. Sometimes when clients come and they want to come get a new set, meaning they want tips, and usually if they've touched oils or they're just naturally oily nails, sometimes the acrylic doesn't want to stick. I mean, sorry, not the acrylic, but the tips, they don't want to stick, not even with the glue. So what you want to go ahead and do is basically take a little napkin, a little wipe, and spray some alcohol, remove this oils on the natural nail. And I actually use acetone, actually, not alcohol, but you can use alcohol if you want, but I feel like acetone works better. So yeah, and then you can start removing the surface and then applying the tips. So here you see me adding the pink acrylic. This is a Cover Pink by Young Nails, and it is in the color, I just believe it's just pink Cover Acrylic. And I love this. Sometimes I feel like they can be a little more opaque, like they're not as opaque. I don't know if this is normal, but a lot of the cover acrylics are actually like this that I've used, so maybe that's just the way they come. But yeah, I would wish they were a little more opaque, because sometimes I feel like it's not covering the nail all the way, but it's pretty good. It's one of the best ones that I've ever tried, so I do recommend Young Nails if you want to invest in some cover acrylic. So yeah, on this finger, as you guys can see, I'm just cleaning up on the sides and brushing it down, fading it till I get the desired look that I want. So basically, when you want to pick up a bead, you want to pick it up. I take a little bit, put it right there where the white is ended, and start fading it down. That's how I get the best fades. So yeah, and that's what I keep doing. Put it somewhere in the middle, in between the natural nail and the white, and then start fading it down lightly, and just getting the desired look that you want, getting closer to the cuticle area, and then again, just go down lightly. Alright guys, now I'm taking my clear acrylic and I'm gonna apply that to my whole nail from the cuticle area to the free edge. And this is going to ensure that my fade is not going to get removed when I start filing. So I'm just basically covering the whole nail, kind of like if you were to put a clear top coat or something like that to protect the polish. But this is in reference to acrylic, so yeah, basically just cover it all up. Make sure that you're paying attention to if it's leveled, and pay attention if there's any lumps or bumps. You don't want to do that because then you got to do way too much filing at the end. So yeah, do the same thing. You're going to figure out your own little methods as you go along and practice with clients. I'm going to give you guys some advice. Just start practicing on people. Like, I don't care how bad they come out in the beginning, but that's the only way you're really going to learn. You're not really going to learn on a nail trainer. You could learn like the really, really basic stuff on a nail trainer, like how to maneuver acrylic. It's kind of like how I thought about it when I started learning how to drive when I was like a teenager. I remember thinking to myself, well, I can't learn how to drive until I can feel how it feels to drive a car, maneuver the car, you know what I mean? So I can how to control the car. So you can play with the acrylic on a nail trainer or on a little finger plastic thing, you know, and see how to maneuver and how to feel for the acrylic, so you know how to move it around. So when you start getting clients, you kind of have the basics down and you know how to maneuver it, and that's how you start learning on actual clients. Alright, so now I'm going to take my 100-180 file. I like to take these files because if one surface is too rough, the 100 side helps more because that's the grittier side. And then if you don't really need too much grittiness, then you want to be a little softer on one side, and you can use the 180 side, which is more fine. Higher the number, the finer the grit. The lower the number, the grittier it is. and the rougher it is. All right, so you're just gonna file the sides now. You remove anything that's touching the skin or anything that shouldn't be there. You can remove that on this step. So that's what I personally like to do. Some people don't do this. Some people wait till the end, but I prefer to do this most of the time. It changes here and there with my routine, which is fine because I'm still trying to figure out my routine basically. Okay, so now we're gonna continue with the filing the surface of the extension now that we've made. So you're gonna go around the cuticle area first. Sometimes I do this the surface. But where you really want to start is the cuticle area because you're gonna remove anything that is touching the skin, because if any cuticle is left there to touch the skin, you will get lifting for sure. They're just gonna pop off. So here I'm just removing anything so that there is a little sight of nail plate that is showing a very small line. You ever seen like people that polish, they do leave a little bit of space there so it doesn't touch the cuticle because it does cause flooding. So basically we're removing any flooding of the acrylic that has dried onto the skin or anything like that, and simultaneously we are basically forming the nail. So if you see one side that needs some removing of acrylic, you're just gonna file that side and we're gonna smooth it out. And the bit that I'm using is actually a medium carbide bit. I don't usually use medium carbide bits. It just depends what's around me, but I usually either stick to fine or medium. You can use a coarse drill bit to remove too much product. Like in the beginning, if I like you did, I didn't show it when I removed a lot of the acrylic to thin it out a little bit, but that would have been a great time to use a coarse drill bit. I would suggest a safety drill bit though, just if you're not like too comfortable with using these drill bits, especially a coarse one. You want to get safety bits first so that you can just feel a little safer with starting out using them. So here's a good view of how I remove that excess acrylic onto the skin. I'm basically just going back there where the fake nail is next to your real nail and then your skin. So you're just kind of detaching that excessive amount of acrylic on that little thin line under your skin. If that makes any sense to you guys, I hope that it does. So here we're just buffing the nail, and to be honest, these blue buffers are not my favorite. My favorite buffer are the purple ones. If you guys find the purple ones, get those, and the orange ones. So where the blue is, get the ones that are either purple or orange with the black part, which is the buffer. So yeah, but that's okay. It worked out just fine. I just prefer the purple or the orange. These just, to me, like, leave it too scratchy for some reason. Okay, so now I'm going to take my top coat. This is gel, and the company that it's called, let me look for it. So it's called American Nails or American Nails. Okay, so American Nails. Oh look, they have the website, americannails.com, because I was looking all over for this online. Oh. Well, it wasn't fine print, but anyway. So it says gel polish top coat, super glossy finish. This is a great top coat, but it's not such a great top coat when it comes to using chrome, so I don't suggest you use this for chromes because it is tackless, but it just doesn't work for chromes because you usually have to have a tackless layer. So I do suggest this though if you just want to put it on top of anything. But yeah, there was like a little bump. I kind of had to take it off and rebuff it and clean the nail and then reapply the gel because I just saw something I didn't like, so we just removed that and we're going back to top coat it with the gel. Here I'm just using my cuticle oil by Koopa, and I love, love, love it. It smells so good. I don't know what scent it is, but it smells so good. So check them out, guys. Alright guys, so here's the reveal pictures, and this is them in regular daylight. And I did have her put it in the lamp to activate the glow, and I turned off the lights so you guys can see them glowing. And there they are. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Hope I gave you guys some good tips and you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, hit the like button, and post notifications.